Try this out. Most people can't get these 10 questions right. Let's see how you do.
Question 1. Can you identify this bird by its face? Look closely at this familiar garden bird. Its eye is surrounded by a broad black head pattern, while a bold black stripe extends down the center of its yellow breast. Which species is it? The answer to question 1 was great tit. Question 2. Which animal made this footprint? Found beside rivers and streams, this track can show 4 or 5 toes, and sometimes even traces of webbing between them. Which British mammal left it? The answer to question 2 was Eurasian otter. Question 3. Can you identify this tree by its bark? The trunk is covered in distinctive silvery white bark that peels away in thin papery layers. Which native British tree is this? The answer to question 3 was silver birch. Question 4. Can you identify this bird by its sound? Listen to this familiar song. The answer to question 4 was blackbird. Question 5. Which of these plants is poisonous? 3 familiar plants are foxglove, dandelion, and red clover. One contains powerful cardiac glycosides and can cause severe poisoning if eaten. Which one is it? The answer to question 5 was foxglove. Question 6. Which bird lays its eggs in another bird's nest? This species avoids raising its own chicks. Instead, the female secretly lays an egg in the nest of another bird, leaving the unsuspecting host to raise the youngster. Which bird has this remarkable strategy? The answer to question 6 was common cuckoo. Question 7. Can you identify this butterfly by its caterpillar? This spectacular caterpillar is bright green with bold black markings and orange horn-like projections. When threatened, those horns can release a surprisingly unpleasant smell. Which butterfly will it become? The answer to question 7 was swallowtail. Question 8. True or false? Britain has a native wild cat. Britain's wild cat is the only native member of the cat family still found in the wild in Britain. True or false? The answer to question 8 was true. Question 9. Which bird lays the smallest eggs? Of these 4 birds, which lays the smallest eggs? Robin, goldcrest, wren, or blackbird? The answer to question 9 was goldcrest. Question 10. Spot the odd one out. Which animal does not hibernate? Hedgehog, common dormouse, bat, or red squirrel? 3 of these animals enter some form of winter dormancy. 1 remains active throughout the winter, though it may be less active in cold weather. Which is the odd one out? The answer to question 10 was red squirrel. Well done, you made it to the end. Let us know in the comments below how you did, and if you thought that any of the questions were too tough. If you enjoyed this quiz, check out some of our other quizzes here.